basketball, but we signed him here on Booch Ball with a fat NIL deal of 2 McChickens. Welcome to the show, Jizzle.
Was good. Was good.
That's good. All right, so we got Freed and Baby Finn here. Alex is hopping on a little later for episode 1, but before that, we're going to finish up our Booch Ball preseason slate with the defense. I'm excited about the defense overall. We got a new defensive coordinator leading the charge, obviously. Major key as the Guidry regime is out and the Heatherman regime is in. Jiz, big picture thoughts before we get rolling and go position by position on these players?
We are way too athletic as a defense to be ass again this year. We should not be as bad as we were last year.
Damn straight. All right, let's get into it. You want to start on the outside or on the inside?
You're thinking outside, inside, not front to back?
Or side to side?
Let's just start with the line.
Right?
Let's go to the trenches.
All right.
Let's go to the trenches.
At the core. Let's start at the core.
Dog.
Interior defensive tackles. So the way we like to do this is kind of talk position by position, player by player. We'll give some thoughts on who's going to be the guy, who's just a guy, the Jagoffs, and et cetera. So I actually kind of did a little tiering system. I did a tier 1, which is like starter snaps, tier 2, which is strong rotational, important players, and tier 3, which is like either won't play or kind of reserve. Caveats, though, obviously, things can change. This is just my projection for the season, kind of, at least with where we're starting now. So I'll start with the dudes who I think are going to be our main 3 at defensive tackle. That's Justin Scott, David Blay, and Ahmad Moden. All these guys have been around a little bit now. Justin Scott's the youngest one, true sophomore. Blay is a transfer portal dude from, Louisiana Tech, I think. He's a 5th-year guy. And then Moden is, I think he's a 4th-year player, a Miami-developed guy. Of course, his brother. Who is his brother?
Anthony Moten.
Anthony
Moten, baby.
Yeah, Anthony.
He was there our time. He was
right.
He went to school amongst us.
He was a Jag. Hoping Ahmad could be a little bit better. So,
I mean, obviously we have to shout out. You've incorrectly named him. It is Ahmad Moten Sr. because he's got that daddy energy. He's got that dad strength. Fucking holding it down.
I'm waiting for my dad's strength to kick in. I have been going to the gym trying to find it, but it's like still not here.
Gotta work on that.
So look, Justin Scott was a 5-star in last year's class. Like, frankly, I think we're banking on him to take a leap this year and be like a force on the inside. Because strangely enough, defensive tackle, probably the least deep position on the team on defense when you think about it. Because we got dogs like across the board everywhere else. Defensive tackle is a little top heavy.
Yep, I would agree.
All right. So behind them, though, I only put one person in tier 2, and that's Artavius Jones. That's another true sophomore. This was a kid from a small town in the Panhandle who played against like not so great competition, but kind of a weight room beast. Also a dude who could take a potential jump this year. I think he's going to get some rotational snaps. There's not really any hype on him. It seems like a lot of the podcast people are getting hyped on some of the true freshmen. But I think Artavius Jones is going to be above them just because the trenches is like a grown man's position and a year helps. So behind Artavius Jones, the other scholarship guys are another sophomore in Dalen Russell and a true freshman, Dante Simpson. And that's a dude that some of the Miami media and podcast people are like, oh, this guy's going to play. But true freshman, defensive tackle, I just don't see him being a major factor. It would probably mean we have some injuries if he's getting significant snaps. Eat your pacifier, bro. All right. Any other thoughts on DT, or you want to move to the DEs?
Well, I mean, so the only question I have is, Ruben Bain, where is he going to end up spending the most of his time? You think he's going to, I mean, he's not going to be a rush end, but it sounds like he's going to be moving in, playing three technique a little more than we would expect.
Yeah, so that's a good question slash comment, and I was definitely gonna get there when we talked about the defensive ends, but I think with that lack of depth at defensive tackle, we're gonna have the bigger defensive ends kicking in inside in various packages. I think the majority is going to be outside for somebody like Ruben Bain, unless we have an injury to one of our top DTs and like kind of need help inside. I think that those top three are going to kind of hold it down with occasional support from our bigger defensive ends, mainly Ruben Bain, but also you'll see Mesidor kick inside, Armando Blunt kick inside, and maybe even the freshman Hayden Lowe kick inside because he's a bigger kid too. So I think our fourth defensive tackle in essence, or maybe even our third, defensive tackle in essence will be those ends kind of kicking in. But I think we'll get the most out of Ruben Bain when he's outside. So hopefully, in my opinion, he stays outside.
For sure.
Okay. All right. What?
McGuire just text us, but we can talk D. Continue to talk this D.
Yeah, we'll continue to talk the D. Let me tell Alex to hop in. Or can you just tell him, Jess? Tell Alex we're talking D and he can swing in whenever. Okay, so defensive ends, deep position like all the others. Top guys, Akeem Mesidor, Ruben Bain. Many people have Ruben Bain as an All-American, potential top 10 draft pick, one of the best players in the country. I don't see it. I said that last year. I think he's good. I don't think he's going to be great. Hope I'm wrong on that. I think he's going to be productive. And I know he was hurt last year. I just don't see him being like a 10 sack type guy. And I hope I'm wrong on that. But that's my opinion on Bain.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't see him as much of a pass rush threat. I mean, he is a above average pass rusher. I think you're going to see him really show up in run defense. You're going to show him. He's going to show up in creating pressure and breaking up plays, but he's not going to be, like a Kayvon Thibodeau. He's not your elite pass rusher.
He's a power guy. He's not. Yeah. He's not going to win with speed. He's going to win with power and disruption. And that's going to lead to sacks, but I think it's going to lead to more sacks for other people as opposed to for him because he's going to command double teams and free up the other side a little bit. I think he's one of those dudes that came in as a freshman and then he's not going to get faster. He's built like a 30-year-old.
Right.
He's not 18 anymore. I think he's still going to be strong and effective. I just don't think he has the quickness to be an uber elite type player. Again, I hope I'm wrong on that, but that doesn't have to be his role. We have those quick guys. So when we start looking at the second unit who's going to come in, there's dudes like Armando Blunt and Hayden Lowe. These are bigger defensive ends. Hayden Lowe is a true freshman, was a 5-star. He supposedly looks like the real deal. And then Armando Blunt, 5-star from last year, who reclassified. So this should be his true freshman year, but he got to see it last year. He's like almost another, not quite as big as Ruben Bain, but kind of a hybrid end tackle. I think he's gonna do big things. And then you have kind of the speed rushers who I kind of put in this in the third tier, like Marquise Lightfoot and Booker Pickett. I think they have a chance to get snaps and packages, but they're just they're not going to be like the every down defensive ends like some of those other guys.
I would agree.
Oh, and Malik Bryant as well. Don't want to leave him out. I think he's kind of like he's going to be the main pass rush specialist, probably the first pass rush specialist off the bench. And we got a McGuire sighting.
And there he is.
Yeah, I figured out how to get in. Don't worry about it. I figured out how to use the link. I know how to get in.
So proud.
So here I am.
I'm a little short-handed right now.
Oh my God. Little baby Finster.
Yeah, we got little baby Finster, and we're actually live on YouTube right now, Alex. So we're rolling through the defense. We're just gonna keep
Thank
rolling.
God I wore
and,
clothes.
Yeah, dude. Last time you came in naked, and we had a few minutes to just kind of hang out first. But yeah, we got 10 more minutes of defense, and then we're gonna cut it off and head into Booch Ball season 6. Insanity.
Wow. What a
So
teaser.
we just talked about the defensive line. Do you have any hot takes on the defensive line, or who's somebody that like you're really like? I can't wait to see this year.
Yes. Excuse me, Finn. Could you shut the fuck up? I'm trying to talk.
Rude.
Yes, actually, because I actually played NCAA football 2026 for the first time last weekend against friend of the show George Johnson III, DJ George Johnson III, and I whooped his ass. Good. As the University of Miami. I think it was Miami versus Vanderbilt. So.
Oh, he didn't want to play with Army?
No, he probably would have if he had run the flex bone. He really probably would have kicked my ass. But I was all up in his business with Ruben Bain, and then I think is it Justin Scott?
Yes.
Who's on the line?
Yeah.
So based off of my gameplay, those are the guys I'm most excited to see.
Love that. Yeah. Perfect. Well, let's slide into the linebackers. So last year, not so great. I mean, the whole defense sucked, right? But we ended up with the draft pick. Kiko Mauinoa, he was okay. He got drafted, but he's gone. So we got to replace those snaps, and we got to start getting some real Miami linebackers back. Oh, we got Jake in the chat.
I'm trying to talk to Jake in the chat, but I don't know how to actually how to get to the chat. Are we just allowed to? Are we allowed to interact with people in the chat?
Yeah, you can get to the chat. There's a button on the right side. It says chat.
Yeah.
Maybe that button.
Oh, maybe it's
I
just me.
You're the host.
Maybe because I'm the host. Alex, you got to log.
Oh, Jesus. Oh. I didn't do that. I just clicked on settings and it changed my whole view.
Don't know what happened. Alex,
you bottomless. It just my dick's hanging out.
All right, let's talk linebackers. Enough beating around the bush here. All right, so a lot of dudes. My tier list, top 2 linebackers are Mohamed Toure, the transfer from Rutgers, and Wesley Bissainthe, who's now in his 3rd year starting for us. And then that's kind of where it's going to get interesting.
The gorilla.
Who's there going to be behind them?
We got Dan in this chat too.
We got Dan in this chat.
Danny Boy Kane. Shout out to Danny Boy Kane. Second tier linebackers. So there's a few different dudes. Popo, he's been around the block a little bit. Cam Bobby Pruitt, kind of more as like a hybrid safety almost in terms of smaller, quicker dude. Kellen Wiley, true freshman. Came in absolutely massive, looking like he wants to play, ready to play right away. Kamal Bonner, transfer from NC State. And somehow, some way, those 4 dudes are going to all be on the field a lot. Behind them, Chase Smith is still hanging around. That dude's been here since Al Golden back in 2015. Almost. But he's been here since Manny. So that's almost as long. And then we still have Jalen Alderman, too, the dude who transferred in from Louisville last year. He didn't really play well, but nobody played well last year. So
on defense, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Freed, you're excluding my favorite rangy athletic linebacker who's going to be coming off the edge.
Who?
No. I didn't hear an Ardarius Hayes shout out. Ardarius Hayes,
I got him in the 3rd tier, too. I don't know. Jazzo, give us your hot takes.
I mean, all I know about Ardarius Hayes is 2 things. 1, he did not kill those people.
Oh my God. Right.
There were no charges filed. And then 2, I set a NCAA record with him in NCAA 2025 with 57 sacks in a season. So I think based on
you're playing on easy mode.
Based on his nope. That was on at least veteran mode. I
Not
don't know
high.
whatever the step is above rookie. I'm not playing Heisman.
I think that's just called varsity.
All I know,
isn't it?
whatever. Madden,
The second hardest.
NCAA. There's too many names. The second easiest difficulty. And let me just tell you, Ardarius Hayes is a dog. That man he bends and flexes better than anybody in the game. I would say don't sleep on Ardarius. I want you to tape this right now. We got ourselves a linebacker who can rush the edge in Ardarius Hayes.
Okay. Noted. I thought you were going to say Bobby Washington, who tore his ACL back in January or something. So, hey, maybe by the playoffs, Bobby could be back. Who knows?
You don't need an ACL to play football. Just ask Shayon Green. He played with 2 missing ACLs.
Dude, I almost tore my ACL.
Prove the rule.
I almost tore my ACL in softball a couple of weeks ago, and let me tell you, I need my ACL. It's rough out here. All right, let's go to the defensive backs once again. Deep. We got a haul in the portal. We got some young dogs returning. So when we're talking cornerback, my first tier is Damari Brown, Xavier Lucas, the transfer from Wisconsin, and OJ Frederick, or should we say Friedrich?
Friedrich.
Yeah, Friedrich.
Yeah, Friedrich. Let's do that.
Friedrich. Behind them, Ethan O'Connor, the transfer from Washington State.
Wazoo.
Hey, we get good transfers from Wazoo, so we like Ethan O'Connor.
Kiko, Cam.
And then Jadis Richard, whenever he comes back from his injury, whatever that was, I think he'll factor in too. Third tier, freshman, Jabori Antoine. One of my favorite names on the team now, Jabori. That's a sick one. And Chris Ewald, and then second year, Ryan Mack. Those are dudes, solid depth. I like where we're at corner. So much better than last year when we had who was that dude from Marshall who was like our third cornerback last year. That was tough. That was tough. Shout out to him. Whatever.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah. Do y'all remember who I'm talking about? Yeah. That was
not a clue.
Good. He was like our best player in NCAA last year in the cornerback. They put him as an 81. He was trash. Chat. Jake the Snake knows who I'm talking about. Come on. Anyway, safety. Tier 1. So safety's still a little thin. We got a lot more potential, but high end, top heavy dudes, a little thin. My tier 1, I only put one dude in it, and that's not great.
De'Ani Hill.
Yeah, De'Ani Hill. It's not great when your tier 1 at safety only has one dude because you want 2 safeties on the field. But Zachariah Poyser, tier 1 for me. And then tier 2, Jacoby Thomas, the transfer from Tennessee. Markeith Williams, he's been here for a while. And Dylan Day, true sophomore. I think he's going to end up being probably by the end of the year. I think Dylan Day is going to be our best safety. So that's kind of a hot take.
Fried Fenn lost his binky.
I'm trying, dude. I'm trying. And then let's talk about the nickel corners also. So 2 transfers that I think are both going to be starter level nickelback type dudes. Keontae Scott from Auburn, maybe a slightly bigger nickel. And then Charles, they have him on the roster as Charles, a.k.a. Chuck Brantley from Michigan State. I think Chuck. He probably wants to be Chuck, but he's played a lot of football. He's going to be our slot nickel. So that's that. So
usually you put a nickel in a slot, but in this case, it's the other way around.
Put the nickel on the slot.
No.
This and more hard-hitting analysis coming up on Booch Ball Season 6.
Should we just roll straight into it?
No.
Well, I need to go get my Booch.
All right, chat. We're going to take a 5-minute break, and then we'll be back with Booch Ball Season 6 and Crying Babies right here on Booch Ball.
Fumble.
Peace.